From the very first day of senior year, Jungkook noticed you, not in the way he noticed other girls, laughing loudly with friends, tossing their hair, calling his name from across the hall. You were the opposite. You sat in the last row by the window, back straight, books aligned perfectly on your desk. Not a single good morning when the teacher walked in, not a single laugh at the boys' stupid jokes, not even a hi when someone brushed past you in the SL. You didn't talk to anyone. Even during breaks when the rest of the class spilled into the cafeteria, you stayed put, your head bent over a book, always with that one girl, Emma. She was the only one who seemed to draw reactions out of you, and even then, it wasn't words, just small smiles, quick notes scribbled on paper, little notes. Jungkook leaned back in his chair one morning, pretending to be bored while his eyes flicked towards you. She's always like this, he thought. No hello, no nothing. It wasn't like he was desperate for your attention. He just didn't get it. Everyone else eventually talked to him, but you were like a locked door with no key. It didn't take long before whispers started floating around. She's weird. She thinks she's better than everyone. Silent treatment much. Jungkook didn't start them, but he didn't stop them either. He figured maybe you really were just cool. Maybe you didn't care to be part of the class. But there was something about the way Emma were around you, how protective she seemed, like she knew a secret no one else did, that kept him thinking longer than he meant to. The truth was Jungkook had always noticed you. He just didn't realize yet that noticing wasn't the same as understanding. It started as a joke, at least that's how Jungkook told himself. Seriously guys, he said, leaning against his desk before class, it's been months and I have never heard her say a single word. First person who gets her to speak, his mate tossing the idea out carelessly. Maybe I'll take them out your lucky day. The boys laughed, the girls giggled, and it was all just noise to him. He didn't think anyone would take it seriously. He didn't see the way a few eyes lit up, not with curiosity, but with something meaner. The next day, you walked into class with Emma, your bag slipping slightly off your shoulder. She whispered something to you, making you smile faintly, but as soon as the bell rang for break, she had to leave to meet a teacher about an assignment. You stood at your desk as always, notebook open, and then they came. At first, it was just two boys leaning over your desk. Hey, say something, come on, we just wanna hear your voice. You shook your head, trying to focus on your notes. Then a girl joined, then another. Soon there were 6, 7 of them, crowding you in. What, you too good to talk to us? Mute mouse, you sound weird, huh? One of them took your pen from your hand and they pulled your notebook away. The space around you felt smaller, your heartbeat pounding in your ears. You wanted to scream stop, but your throat locked up tight, painful. The pressure in your chest rose until your eyes blurred. By the time Emma returned, you were pressed against the wall by your desk, tears streaking down your face, your hands trembling as you tried to push them away. Hey, Emma's voice cut through like a blade. She shoved through the circle, grabbing your arm and yanking you behind her. What the hell's wrong with you people? The crowd muttered excuses, scattering before a teacher could pass by. Emma turned to you, her expression softening instantly. Ryan, hey, it's okay, I'm here. She brushed your hair back gently, seeing the way your lip trembled. Let's go home, alright? You didn't look at anyone else. You just let her guide you out, clutching her sleeves like a lifeline. That night, Jungkook heard the whispers. He laughed along with someone's retelling of the scene until he caught the part where you'd been crying. Something cold settled in his stomach. The next morning, Jungkook walked into class expecting to see you in your usual spot by the window, headband, pencil in hand, Emma beside you. But the seat was empty. He told himself you were late. Then, first period passed, second. By lunch, the tightness in his chest had settled into something heavier. By the time the final bell rang, he caught Emma in the hallway, shutting her locker. Hey, he started, trying to sound casual. Where's Ryan? She's not here today. Emma's head snapped up, eyes narrowing instantly. Why do you care? He frowned. You're just what? She cut him off. her voice rising. "Just the guy who told the whole class to make her talk. You think I don't know where this started?" Jungkook blinked, taken aback. "Wait, I didn't." "It was your plan, wasn't it?" she shot back. "You set them on her, and guess what? It worked. You scared her. Do you have any idea how terrified she was?" His stomach churned. "I never told them to bully her," he said quickly, words stumbling over each other. I wanted to hear her voice once, that's all." Emma laughed bitterly, shaking her head. "Her voice?" She slammed her locker shut. "You idiot, she doesn't have one." Jungkook froze. "What?" She's mute, Jungkook. "Since birth, she's never been able to speak." The hallway seemed to blur for a second. All the moments he'd seen you silent, all the times he'd assumed you were cold or distant, it all rewound in his head like a cruel film. "She went back to her hometown," Emma added, her voice still sharp. "Said she needed space. You scared her too much." Jungkook's hand curled into fists at his sides. "I didn't mean she's not here to hear your excuses," Emma snapped. "And you should think about why before she comes back. If she even wants to." Emma turned away, leaving him standing in the hallway with her words echoing like a verdict. What she didn't tell him, what you hadn't told her, was that you weren't running from him. You were visiting your mother, whose health had been fragile for months. But Emma wanted him to sit with the guilt. She wanted him to feel it. And as Jungkook walked out of the building, head low, he realized she'd gotten her wish. The road to your village was narrow, winding between fields of green and occasional old stone wall. Jungkook had no idea why his legs had carried him all this way, only that the weight in his chest hadn't let him sleep since Emma's word. By the time he reached the small house at the edge of the village, the late afternoon sun had dipped low, painting the sky gold. A woman opened the door, her hair streaked with silver, eyes tired but warm. "Yes?" she asked politely. Jungkook cleared his throat. "I'm Jungkook. I'm your daughter's friend." The woman tilted her head with a faint, almost amused smile. "My daughter doesn't make friends." Before Jungkook could respond, steps sounded from behind her. "You appear," your hair slightly windswept from the backyard breeze, eyes widening when you saw him. "You signed quickly to your mother. It's okay, let him in." Your mother gave you a questioning glance, then stepped aside. "All right, balcony open if you two want to talk." The balcony outside your room overlooked a stretch of wildflowers, their colors swaying gently in the wind. The air smelled faintly of earth and rain, and the cicadas sang in the distance. You leaned against the railing, eyes fixed on the horizon, pretending not to notice the quiet footstep approaching. Jungkook stopped a few feet away, his hands shoved into his pockets, shoulders tense. He didn't move closer. "I didn't know if you'd even want to see me," he admitted, voice low, almost swallowed by the wind. You turned to face him, your hands moving in smooth, practiced motions. "Why are you here?" His answer came instantly, without hesitation, to say, "I'm sorry for everything, for being stupid, for assuming things about you, for starting something that hurt you. I swear I didn't mean for it to go that far." You studied him for a long moment, the sincerity in his voice catching you off guard. Then you sighed. "I'm not here because of that." His brows knit together. "You are not?" You shook your head slowly, fingers moving again. "I came because my mother's health hasn't been well. She's all I have." Something in his expression softened, guilt melting into something like quiet understanding. "I didn't know. No one in class knows." You sighed. "I don't talk about it. I don't talk at all." He let out a small, almost bitter laugh, rubbing the back of his neck. "Right, guess that was my first mistake, thinking you could." For a moment, the two of you just stood there, listening to the wind tug at the flowers below. Then you signed him again, moved hesitantly this time. "I actually felt bad about what happened that day. I didn't even want Emma to get involved, but she told me it was you." Jungkook's eyes widened. "She told you?" He exhaled sharply, shaking his head. "Look, yes, I made that stupid challenge, but I never wanted anyone to bully you. He trailed off, searching for the right words. "I just want to hear your voice once. I didn't think, God, I didn't think they'd take it that far." You watch him carefully, your fingers still. His voice cracked slightly when he spoke again. If I could take it back, I would. I'm not asking you to forgive me. Just believe me when I say I didn't mean to hurt you. The wind was softer now, the late sun turning the fields into a sea of gold. You were still leaning on the balcony railing when Jungkook's voice broke the silence again. There's something else I should tell you. You looked at him, curious. He hesitated, shifting his weight from one foot to the other, like he was debating whether to say it. Then he exhaled slowly. I have liked you since the start. His eyes flickered to yours, then away again, as if afraid of what he'd see. I just didn't want to admit it, not even to myself. I thought if I acted like you didn't matter, it'd be easier. Your brow furrowed slightly, your hand still on the railing. But it wasn't, he continued, voice low but steady now. It never was. I noticed everything, the way you always sat by the window, how you only ever smiled at Emma, how you stayed behind during breaks. I just didn't understand you, and instead of trying, I did the worst thing I could. You tilted your head, silently urging him to go on. I don't expect you to forgive me right away, he said, but I want to be with you. And if that's too much for now, we can start small as friends. Just let me be in your life. Let me get it right this time. For a moment you didn't move. His words hung in the air, fragile and hopeful. Then slowly you signed friends, and you gave him the sweetest smile you'd ever given him. Soft, warm, and entirely unguarded. It was like watching the ice around his heart melt in real time. His shoulder eased, a faint, almost shy grin tugged at his lips. Friends, he echoed quietly, and though neither of you said it aloud, you both knew this was the start of something more. The sun dipped lower, painting the two of you in light, and for the first time since the day you met, Jungkook understood that your silence wasn't empty. It was full, full of unspoken trust, unspoken forgiveness, and maybe someday unspoken love, happily ever after.